Have you ever wondered what distinguishes the world's successful individuals from those who can only dream of it? Well, there is where the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill comes into the picture. Hill describes the 13 principles that lead to riches after he interviewed the top 500 most successful Americans and their behavior. But in this video I'm going to teach you which 5 principles have had the biggest impact on me and how I have applied it in my own life. So, let's dive in. The first principle is that you need to have a burning desire to achieve riches. A long while ago, a great warrior had to make a decision which ensured his success on the battlefield. He was about to send his army against a powerful enemy whose men outnumbered his own. He loaded his soldiers into boats, sailed to the enemy's area, unloaded soldiers and equipment, and then gave the order to burn the ships that had carried them. Addressing his men before the first battle, he said, "You see our boats going up in smoke. That means that we cannot leave these shores alive unless we win. We now have no choice. We win or we perish." And what happened? They fucking won from that powerful enemy. But why did they win? That was because they had the burning desire to win. It was a choice between victory and graving their own graveyards. And they chose to stay alive. And that is also what you need to have. You need to have a burning desire to win. You have to burn your ships ahead of you. You have to focus only one way to the goal. If you don't know what you desire, how are you going to achieve that goal if you don't know what you really want? You become what you really believe deep inside, not what you hope for, what you wish, or what you want. One goal where I truly believe in is that I have 500,000 subscribers in 2028. That is the goal I truly believe in. It's not that I want it, it's not that I wish that I have it. I truly believe that I am able to achieve that goal. And because I truly desire that goal, my intrinsic motivation is so high that I'm doing action every day. So you need to have a burning ship mentality. That means that you have to define a goal where you're going to work towards to, and you have to put all your energy, power and effort to achieving that goal. It may take many years to be successful, but when you hold truly to your desire, Think and Grow Rich explained that you truly will get there. The second principle is that you need to have faith in yourself to achieve your goals. Let's say you have a job interview tomorrow at a company where you really want to work at. A day later, after preparing really well, the manager of that company is sitting in front of you. But suddenly your doubt is going to the foreground. And you're saying to yourself, do I really think that I have absolute belief that I could get that job? The result is that you're doubting yourself even when you was prepared really well. And Hill described in this chapter, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. If the only thing your subconscious mind is hearing is negative thoughts, then those negative thoughts are coming reality. Because whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it will achieve. And it can also be on a negative way. So faith in yourself is a mindset. And the positive thing with mindsets is that you can change that. So if you're going to program your mind to someone who is positive and successful, you are more likely to get riches. And the benefit of this is that you create a reality in your mind. So how can you program your mind? Well, you can do that with visualization and affirmations. And there is where the next chapter is all about. So the next principle is that you need to have auto-suggestion. To give you an example, you can compare your subconscious mind with like a big library. And in this big library, you can see it as a place where all your memories being stored, where all your choices being made, and how you perceive the world and yourself. So all your strong desires like fear and the need for sex are coming from your subconscious mind. So often these are negative desires, but often the negative desires are hold you back. For me, I have a fear of heights, so that is an example of a negative desire. So these are the deep-rooted thoughts where you believe in and also take action on it on a subconscious level. So that is why we sometimes don't really believe our own desires, even when you really want it. So what you can do to get rid of those beliefs is that you're going to use auto-suggestion. This means using repetitive and positive affirmations to influence and reprogram your subconscious mind. So every morning I'm speaking out loud to myself, I'm the type of person who is a real man, who get fully responsible for the habits he is doing, is an inspirator for himself and others, gets 1% better every day, and got his shit together. The habit a real man should be focusing on is care about his mental health, care about his physical health, earning his own money. And what I really do is that I reprogram my mind that I am already a real man. And this is exactly what auto-suggestion is. And the other thing you also can do is writing down daily wins. And that is that you're writing down in a journal all the positive things you're grateful for in your life. I'm not going into depth about this subject, but these are the things you can really do to reprogram your subconscious mind into a positive state of mind. So the 9th principle is the power of a mastermind. And this chapter starts about a story with Edwin C. Barnes and Thomas Edison. And Barnes had a burning desire to work with Edison, one of the most famous inventors and businessmen in the world. He showed up in Edison's laboratory in New Jersey without money or a clear plan, but with unwavering determination. He got rejected by Edison for a dozen of times, but despite his initial rejection, finally Edison gave him a chance. He started at a low position at Edison's company, but worked his way up. Over time, Barnes became a valuable partner of Edison, illustrating the power of forming a mastermind alliance with like-minded individuals to achieve success. A mastermind is a group of 2 or more people who want to achieve a certain goal through knowledge and effort. But the real premises of working with a mastermind group is that they produce together more thinking power than only one brain. To give you an example of my mastermind alliances, is that now that more than a year we have like a mastermind group with like-minded people who are also having their own YouTube channels. So our group consists of 4 people in total, with me, Teve, Jurgen and Loris, and we are all making videos. But despite the friendship we have, the real power is that we learn from each other. We learn from each other's mistakes, and in that way we can also become better at becoming content creators. So every Monday we have an accountability call for 2 to 3 hours in the evening. I also recently, around now 6 months, I started with a book accountability. So I'm doing that with Nander. So our goal is to read the same book, the same pages, and then discuss it in an accountability call. So every Wednesday we have a meeting together where we're going to ask questions about the chapters we've read and then trying to learn from those questions. So the last principle which had the biggest impact on me is the 6th sense. Another word for the 6th sense is creative imagination. And it represents a level of thinking and awareness that transcends ordinary, everyday thought processes. And it's the ability to tap into a higher level of consciousness. And the other word for the 6th sense is also called intuition. It's like that gut feeling. And what Think and Grow Rich is saying about this 13th principle is that you need to master first all the other 12 principles after you will believe and understand this principle. Sometimes you just have a feeling that something is right. But in this book Think and Grow Rich, they're going also some steps further in this. And that is being inspired by the great minds by doing creative imagination. And what this really means is that you're going to sit in silence in your room, no distractions, and you're going to close your eyes and imagine yourself sitting at the table with all the people who inspire you. Who are those successful people who are sitting there with you as well? And you're going to use your creative imagination for it to ask for their help, their advice. So because you're doing that visualization and being aware, you first have to do the 12 principles. You have to see yourself sitting in front of them, and you have to imagine what they are going to say to you. And it sounds maybe a little bit touchy-feely for you, but otherwise you can rather click away this video, because this is not something where you are right now. But just imagine that you're sitting there at the table and you have some life questions how they become successful, I did it as well. I was sitting around people who inspired me, and I was just asking them for advice. What should I do with this problem? What should I do with that problem? And because I was using my creative imagination, I programmed my mind that they were responding to the questions I had. So it's like they act as an inspirator or counselor for you to tackle your problems right now. use your open-mindedness to be in that meeting with people who inspired you and ask them for advice. But to put it on a lower level, just listen to your gut feeling. Listen to your intuition. Sometimes there are no thinking behind choices you made. Because you have a feeling, then that's the good choice. You have programmed your mind to get the maximum out of your intuition. So yeah, this was the video of this week. These were the 5 principles Think and Grow Rich, which helped me the most in my life. These are not all the principles, you know. There are 13 principles in total. So if you're more interested in that, maybe I'm going to make a video in the future about all those 13 principles. So thank you for watching, guys. Have a great day, evening or morning, and I hope to see you soon. Ciao!